अराउंड 10-12 ईयर्स अगो मेरे ऑफिस के नीचे एक मोमो वाले भैया होते थे एंड रोज हम लोग वहाँ पे कुछ 50-60 रुपीज़ में 12 मोमो की प्लेट लेके ऑफिस में खाते थे. नाउ पिक्चर दिस, लाइक इट्स अ टिपिकल दिल्ली विंटर. इतनी ठंड है, देयर इज फॉग ऑल अराउंड यू, मोमोज में से धुआं निकल रहा है, चटनी इज सो स्पाइसी कि लग रहा है कि दुनिया भर का स्पाइस डाला हुआ है. There's chaat masala on top of everything. You have no idea if you're eating chicken, kawa, chua. You don't know what you're eating, but you're going on eating. Nosy beh raha hai. And that was the vibe. And one day, like while we were eating momos, one of my friends said, "Ki dude, you've never been to Majnu Ka Tila." And I thought he was talking about some restaurant. So I was like, "No, I don't know what Majnu Ka Tila is. Where is it?" So he told me ki I'll have the best momos of my life if I go to Majnu Ka Tila with him. Cut to a few days later, I'm getting ready to go and my dad is like, New Aruna Colony, yeah, we used to go there when we were younger. It's so far, why do you want to go, this, that? And I was like, apparently the momos are really good. Fine. I took the yellow line, got off at Vidhan Sabha, took that little electric auto rickshaw till Majnu Ka Tila, and the minute I stepped in, it was like, what? Because you know what travel wali feeling hoti hai na, when sometimes you're in an entirely new place and you're just enamored by everything you're seeing. That is what was happening, except we hadn't traveled anywhere. We were in Delhi only. Majnu Ka Tila is a Tibetan refugee settlement. Now they had done such a good job of preserving their culture ki it felt like stepping into a new world. And that was my introduction to Majnu Ka Tila. So that's what we're talking about in this video, the history of Majnu Ka Tila and how it became such a big food hub in Delhi. Now, the history actually starts in the 15th century. There used to be this mystic called Abdullah right on the banks of the Yamuna river. And what he used to do was he used to ferry people from one spot to the other and he never used to take any money from them. Is mystic ko people used to call him Majnu because he was super devoted to God. In 1505, Guru Nanak Ji actually met him and he was really impressed by him. He helped him spread his tales of love and devotion, and dheere dheere the area started being called Majnu Ka Tila, which basically means Majnu Ka Hill. Now cut to the 1950s. In 1959 there was a Tibetan uprising against China, and obviously अब ऐसे uprising होएगा तो it makes it really dangerous for the local people to stay there. So thousands of Tibetans fled. The Indian government allocated different areas of the country to the Tibetan refugees that were coming in, and Majnu Ka Tila happened to be one of these areas. But why Majnu Ka Tila? So basically now think of it this way, like उस time पे Yamuna के इस side there was very little development. So they thought, like the government at that time, they thought ki it's close enough to Delhi that if the refugees need any help, if they need to acclimatize with the local area, which they will eventually have to do, they can do that easily. But it's also a khali enough area ki they can nicely build their settlement and live there. Now, obviously, shuru mein the place was like, it was just tents and very like kache ghar. But dheere dheere, brick by brick, Majnu Ka Tila became what it is today. They built a monastery, and that monastery was basically the heart of their community. Dheere dheere, they started building small eateries, and now this is a big deal because what happens is that obviously now if they are Tibetan people, उनके घर में Tibetan खाना मिल रहा है उनको. It's not a novelty for them, it's just food. But this whole thing of being able to go out and eat, it kind of creates this notion ki I'm settled, I'm not worried about how much kharcha I'm doing. Now obviously they're not supremely rich, they are worried to some extent, but being able to go out and enjoy a meal with your family at a restaurant, it's a privilege, and it makes you feel ki okay, life is slowly getting back to normal. So small eateries started to crop up, and this is something that happens in any refugee colony, like you will have people who are trying to make money by selling food because food is so universal. And this whole thing of going out is also a very big deal, like I just said. So slowly these restaurants started popping up, and they were just like, these chota mom and pop eateries where you would go, eat, enjoy your food, come back home. Home is also just like, few steps away. It's all in that little area. But slowly this information leaked out, and people in Delhi heard about, momos, thukpa, tingmo, shapta and all of this, and they were like, okay, let's go try it. And slowly Majnu Ka Tila became the food hub that it's known for, the food hub that it's known as today. And so my first experience there, we went for momos obviously, because at that time I didn't even know a lot about Tibetan food. And they gave us momos, and साथ में they gave us this katori of pani. And I was like, okay, what's this? So my friend says that this is broth. The momos were made, momos are basically steamed, right? But उनका जो chicken and meat का जो juices होता है, it falls back into the water and it creates a nice, nutritious, delicious broth. And that's also like a example of how resilient people are, and how like there is this sentiment of जुगाड़ no matter where you go, कि कुछ waste नहीं करना है, कि this water that's getting nourished with the meat के juices or the veggies के juices, it still has nutrients in it. It's still something that can be consumed, So it was completely flavorless, and I was like, but what's the point of this? And my friend said, no, you have to add salt alag se and then have it. And it was a lovely broth, So dhire dhire I started coming to Majnu Ka Tila quite often, and my dad, who initially was like, why are you going so far? He's a foodie just like me. So he was like, every time I used to go, he'd be like, get me some momos now, get me some momos now. And I was like, who's going to get momos from Majnu Ka Tila to Greater Noida? Bichare momos will become so soggy and inedible. And another big shift was also the chutney that they used, like we're used to that street wala chutney which is completely red, mirchiyon se bhara, and this is more of a garlicky, orangey, tangy chutney which just, it's out of this world. Dhire dhire I discovered things like thukpa, which is thukpa. So actually my first thukpa was in Mussoorie, because wahan pe bhi there are a few Tibetan people, and there used to be this restaurant near my school called Kalsangs, and they used to give thukpa for like $45, and you would get pork thukpa, and then coke was like मतलब 5-10 bucks. मेरा 50-60 rupees में पूरा weekend का spend हो जाता था. So I knew what thukpa was, but like this was a completely different style, and it was incredibly tasty. Now, if you live in Delhi, you probably know of Majnu Ka Tila, and you know of places like Ema, you know of Dolma House, you probably know Rigo's, Lhasa Cafe. All of these places are really, really famous, and they're still continuing to thrive. So if you are in the mood for some delicious Tibetan food this winter, and you want to recreate that thand mein yummy momos wala vibe, then Majnu Ka Tila is definitely a place that you should go to. Anyway, let me know what you thought of this video. Leave a comment, like it, share it if you thought it's worth sharing, and subscribe to the channel, because I love talking about food history and how it intersects with culture and our lives today. So if you find these things interesting, please subscribe to my channel. See you next time.